Oh my God. So many developments. I'm going to give you a bunch of them in one video. Hello, my friend. Perez Hilton here, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and your number one source for everything. It ends with us, saga. Moments ago, in federal court in New York, Judge Lyman denied the motion by Liability Lively's publicist Leslie Sloan asking for a stay in discovery. I thought she would have had a good chance because the New York Times also asked for a pause and was granted one. However, Judge Lyman told Leslie Sloan, her publicist, nope. No pause for her. The motion has been denied. Discovery will move forward, but Judge Lyman did throw a bone to the Never with Teeth icon's publicist. He says, to the extent that the discovery requests exceed the bounds of what is permitted under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 26, the Sloan parties may move for a protective order. Protective order. We've heard that term before. Not a great way to start the day for them. Additionally, he filed a lawsuit today against his former publicist, Steph Jones. I made a video about that going in depth. If you want the full, watch it. But Brian Friedman, his attorney, just released a statement explaining why Baldoni has filed a complaint against his former rep. His lawyer says it is undeniable that Stephanie Jones initiated this catastrophic sequence of events by violating the most basic of privacy rights as well as any remaining trust her clients held. No stranger to stirring up crisis scenarios for departing clients, Ms. Jones maliciously turned over communications from the phone she wrongfully took from her own partner to her cohort, Leslie Sloan, immediately after Jones was terminated for cause by Wayfarer due to her own wrongful behavior. Stephanie Jones, founder of Jones Works, has a well-documented history of highly questionable conduct in the workplace, which the Lively parties would have seen with even the smallest amount of online research. Yet they walked right into Miss Jones's ploy of bitter revenge against the most trusted employee at the expense of her own long-term client. We will not stop until our clients are cleared of all wrongdoing and compensated for the vast damages that they have incurred. Ha ha ha! In addition to filing his lawsuit against Steph Jones, his former publicist, Baldoni's legal team has also submitted a response to her complaint, meaning Steph Jones sued him and others back in December, and now he is responding to that. And this is pretty boring, fairly standard stuff. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. Here is the answer to the complaint from Steph Jones. Denies. He admits that he's an actor. They're going paragraph by paragraph. Answering the allegations in paragraph 5, defendant lacks knowledge or information sufficient to form a belief as to the truth of such allegations. Literally repeating that for all of these. Answering the allegations in paragraph 9, defendant lacks knowledge of or information sufficient to form a belief as to the truth of such allegations. Blah, 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 blah. And there were a lot of responses filed with the court, not just Baldoni's. Every single person that Steph Jones sued also responded. Here's Jen Abel's answer to the complaint, and it looks nearly identical to Justin Baldoni's. I don't know about you all, but I'm exhausted by all of this, and I can imagine these two, Both of them and their spouses and everyone on their teams, but especially the two of them and their spouses, are really going through it and have been for months. A source close to the up-and-coming film director tells Us Weekly about her and her husband. It's been difficult. It's been really hard for Blake and Ryan. They're trying to be positive and support each other. There are good days and bad days for both of them. Things are tense at home given the level of scrutiny they are facing. They being the operative word, because not just her, but Ryan Reynolds is getting a lot of heat too. Deservedly so, I say. What do you think? They've had their lives turned upside down, a source shares with Us Weekly. It's been hard. She's human and can only take so much public stoning. Stoning? Blake wishes people would wait and see how things pan out in court before making judgments. Usually, when someone says they are a victim, there's some grace. But they feel like they haven't experienced that, her and the hubby. However, this has not driven a wedge between them. Quote, Ryan is standing by Blake. They're supporting one another. The whole experience has been devastating for Blake and Ryan, but they're not running away from it. They know what really happened, and they're going to stand up for themselves. I just wanted to share that with you all because that's an example of Nick Shapiro at work. That article was clearly slanted in Pinocchio's favor. Nick Shapiro is her new crisis PR expert who used to work at the CIA. Also, a few of my mommy sleuths are upset about this new article, and it's going viral in the It Ends With Us saga circle of us. How right-wing influencers are exploiting the Justin Baldoni-Blake Lively feud. Members of the right's massive media ecosystem are attracting even bigger audiences by stretching outside their comfort zones. Why are you all upset about this? Because that's true. These people are talking about this story so much, not because they care about the story. They care about the views, the money. And you know what? So do I. I like to be honest, though. I've gone so big on this because the appetite. I truly think Baldoni Lively is bigger than Depp Heard. So your boy is throwing gasoline on that fire. I was thinking of the expression. And remaining open to the truth, because that is what matters to me. Okay? Sucks for her publicist, though. I'm ready for discovery. Bring it. All right, y'all. We've covered a lot of ground in this video. Let's discuss it all in the comment section. And as always, I'm better than the right-wing influencers. Thank you for your support. I love you. I appreciate you. See you in the comments.